Welcome to my crochet experience. I am doing a tutorial that you're going to see in a few minutes, and it's a pretty long one. I am not experienced in making crochet tutorials. I am getting there, but I was so excited about this one that I really wanted to share it with you. I was so excited. As much as I love baubles and I love puff stitches, this one is a fillet, and it is a butterfly fillet. I had hoped to finish it. As you will see, I am recording this after the tutorial. I'm recording this intro. So the things that I say in there, I'll show you when I'm done. It never happened because I didn't finish. I did use 2 balls of the Premier Basics, B-A-S-I-X, and each one of those has 359 yards in them. I used the color cream. Don't know if you can see that far, but it is the color cream. And so the blanket that I have right now has a little over 700 yards. That's what I finished, and it measures right now. The width is not going to change because that's how much we changed. We changed that amount. 85 or 86, like, you know, you'll see that in a few minutes. That's how long it is. And that was 32 inches. So the blanket so far is 32. And then with those 2 skeins that I just completed, I'm going to show you them. It is now 35 inches long. I am going to pull out a 3rd skein. My intention was to use the 3rd skein, so I am going to use the 3rd skein. I'm going to use the 3rd skein, and it is so stinking pretty. So you can see it's 32. You cannot see. So from here, it goes to my fingertips. I'm holding it here, and then it goes all the way to my fingertips there. The 35 inches is all of that. All of that. And right now, with the 35 inches, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows of butterflies. They are staggered offset like a checkerboard. And that's what I really like about it. I have seen them stacked on top of each other. And this is based on the midwife blanket. So I have made midwife blankets, and they have dragonflies, and they have the regular ones and all kinds of them. And I just really didn't like all the little boxes. If you've seen a midwife blanket, they're all in boxes. And I don't want them that way. I wanted them to be floating on a blanket, sort of. And so I came up with this. No boxes, zip for boxes, and this is what I came up with. I think that right now, if you wanted to stop using those 2, you absolutely could. 32 by 35. At the filming of this, I have an 8-year-old daughter. She will probably cuddle it. I'm actually not giving it to her. It's going somewhere else. But I have a 1-year-old granddaughter, and I know this would be perfect for her. I also have a 2-3-week grandson. He's so brand new. He's so brand spanking new. The cutest little thing you ever did see. Oh my gosh. I digress. This would be perfect for him. It'd actually be way too big for him, believe it or not. Because he can't do anything with it. He can lay down. The 1-year-old's gonna drag it around the house, which is fine. That's why anyway, I could talk about them all day. I hope that you are patient with me a little bit. For this tutorial, as I'm still fairly new. Also wanted to let you know that there is a PDF for $1.50 on my website, and I will link that below. It is called fosteringyarn.com. I have another channel called Fostering Crochet by Amber Allen, and that's just me yakking. It's like a blog, things that get in, new yarns that I like, unboxings, those kinds of things. So if you want to go see me talk even more than I'm talking now, go check out Fostering Crochet by Amber Allen. I'll link everything below. And if you go to my blog on that fosteringyarn.com, it will be typed free, this pattern. If you get, bear with me. It's the first time I've ever written a pattern. Very first. So sit down, relax, enjoy. Get a number 4 weight yarn if you want. I've done it in a 3 weight as well, just chained a little bit longer. And my I-9 hook that I used. And have fun. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here. Hello. How are you? I am very, very excited to show you this butterfly blanket. super duper excited. If you've seen the intro, I'm pretty dang excited. I love the squishiness of the yarn. We are using Premier Basics today, and when I say we, I mean me. You can use any weight you want. I have done this in a 3-weight and this beautiful 4-weight. This is me thinking out loud. So I use Premier Basics. I'm not really sure what all that is. 4-weight, I guess, or any 4-weight yarn. I used cream. I think it's called cream. I'll show you in a second. I used the recommended hook size, which was an I9, which is a 5.5 millimeter hook. I'm going to chain 86. It's going to be a decent size. I think it was 40 by 45, but I will double check those measurements, and probably in the intro it has said that. I haven't recorded the intro as of this part of the video. That'll be the last thing that I do, so hopefully I don't repeat myself too terribly much. I am going to chain 86, or you can do 30 plus 26. It seems like gobs and gobs, but you want your butterflies even, so butterflies on both ends. You don't want to butterfly nothing, butterfly nothing. You want to be concise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 86 with my Premier Basic yarn, which is this beautiful honey bunny right here. I just love it. 359 yards, 100% acrylic. It's tested and approved. I'm not really sure what it's tested and approved against, but we are going to use this recommended hook size right there. I am fairly loose. Don't have really, my tension is not tight at all. So the measurements may be a little different for you, but you can go ahead and do that 30 plus 26. But for now, I am going to chain 86, and I will be right back after I chain that 86. Chain 86 beautiful crochet stitches. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Love, love, love the squishiness of the yarn. Now you guys know, or may not know, I'm a huge fan of Super Saver. You buy it at Walmart, doesn't cost you a ton, and you can do a bunch of stuff with it, and it holds up all the time. I am not a sponsor. I do not like working in this foundation row. A lot of people will say, okay, let's start working. Let's start making, double crochets, chain 2s or 4s or whatever. Let's just make it. I don't like doing that. I really just don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a row of single crochets. So this is the first stitch right there. This is the second. I'm going to single crochet in the second chain from hook. That's the first. We don't count this. Everybody, I hope, knows don't count this. That's 1. That's 2. You can go in the top. You can go in the top 2. When I first started, I actually went in the top 2. That's what all my books said. This is way before YouTube. And then I started going into the top. But now, I don't do either one of those things. I actually turn my work and I go into this back bump. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. And you know what? Let me take off my ring. My beautiful ring. Let me take that off. Out of the way. Good gracious. All right. So this is 1. This is 2. I'm going to flip that honey bunny over and I'm going to see this back bump and we're going to do a single crochet. So let's go ahead and go in there. Don't wrap anything. Just go in. I'm going to push it a little bit. Once you get the first couple out of the way, it's definitely easy. Wrap, pull it through, and you got your single crochet done. And now you can really see the back bumps. Once you get the first one, you can see them. Go ahead and work a single crochet in each of these beautiful honey bunnies across the row, which will give you a total of 85 single crochets. This back bump, you do, like I said, if you don't want to work the back bump, don't work the back bump. I was hesitant when I first started working the back bump, and now I just can't stop. I have a saying, once you go back bump, you can't go back ever. Maybe that wasn't the saying. Was that the saying? I don't know. I just washed my hands, and my hands are a little dry, so I apologize. I'm going to go ahead and get my pretty little fancy hand cream on my hands right now, and I will be back once I have finished single crocheting across the row. Wow, this yarn is kind of fluffy and squishy, and I don't know. This is so I'm just going to blab and blab. So if you don't like blabbing, this is going to be a long video for you. All right. I'll meet you back there in just, for you, a second. I now have 85 single crochets across, and I wanted to show you what happens. This is the top of my work, and this is me working in the back bump. Look at that bottom. Perfect V's, just like the top. I love it. So I'm at the end, and I would like to separate my butterflies by another row, not of single crochets, but of double crochets. From here on out, most of our work is double crochets with a couple of trebles thrown in. I am not a chain 3 fan. No, 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 no. Please, for the love. If you would like to use that and count it as a stitch, by all means go. I am going to chain 1, and then I am going to turn my work. And then I'm going to do double crochets all the way across. If you have chained 3, you're going to start your double crochet in here. I did not chain 3, so it did not count as a stitch. This chain 1 doesn't count as anything except the turning chain. So I am going to double crochet in this first one. Remember, if you chained 3, you're going to go to the second one. But I don't like chaining 3 and using that as a double crochet. I chain 1, turn, and I'm going to go straight into that first one and do a double. Alright? So let's do the double crochet. Love me a double. Alright. Yarn over. Am I just a little, just too close? Yarn over. Go in the next stitch. Go through. Grab yarn. Pull it up. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. Let's do that one more time. I'm pretty sure you know how, but just in case, we're going to yarn over, go in, grab and pull. Pull it right through. You're going to grab and pull through 2, grab and pull through 2, and you are done. Right? Yarn over. Let's go all the way across. Now I'm going to stop for just a moment because I just did 4. And you don't have to do this. I am a huge fan if I'm working chains, double crochets, and then definitely if I'm working a blanket. I've got to have, there we go, a stitch marker. Well, I guess that one jumped right out, so that's the one I'm going to use. That one jumped right out and said, no, I want to be on camera. Oh my gosh, I got to be on camera. So I did 4, so I'm going to go back 1, 2, 3, and back to 4 right here. Can you see that? Not my chain 1, which is over there. This is 4. Now look at this one. That's the chain 1. That's the crochet. So it does look like, just be aware. So that's why I'm putting that in there. Do me a favor. Go ahead and double crochet across. And then I will meet you back there. And let me try. Yeah. We might have a little slapping action with the stitch marker. I wonder if they make little pom-pom ones. They don't make that noise. I'll have to check it out. Okay, let's go ahead and finish that up. I took my stitch marker out to make sure it was out of the way. I don't normally do that, but I did on this one. Chain 1, let's go. All right. So I chained 1, I'm turning over, and I've got to read some directions now. Got to read some directions, so let's do that. All right, so we just finished number 2. Let's go to row number 3. DC in first 9 stitches. Okay, that seems simple. Chain 7, skip 7. Chain 7, skip 7. Double crochet in the 8th stitch, which is the next stitch, the 8th stitch. And then double crochet in the next 22 stitches for a total of 23 stitches. Repeat from star. Repeat from star. Okay, so let's break this down. In each of this particular first row, we are going to have 9, no, we're going to have 3 butterflies. So it's going to go 3 butterflies, finish those 3 butterflies, and then we're going to do a couple of rows of double crochets, and then the next row will have 2 butterflies because we're going to offset it. not like a pyramid, but more like a checkered board. So let's go ahead and do what the instructions say. We're going to, I chained 1, so I'm going to double crochet in the first 9 stitches. So that's number 1. That is number 2. I'm going to go ahead, before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the first. There we go. I love my stitch marker. So that was 1, that was 2. Let's go 2, 3, and you may or may not be faster than I am, but if you are, just meet me there. And yes, doing tutorials is so much fun. It is. It's great fun, but I'm used to doing this in my lap. All right, so this is number 5. And we're going to get there. Might take us a minute. 6, 7, 8, and 9. I have lifted my work, probably why I'm having so much trouble, because of the slapping noise, and I don't know if I can tuck it in somewhere so it doesn't slap all the time. I don't want to, maybe I can do that so it won't slap. Good gracious, you think I could get it back out? I don't know. Okay. I might have to deal with the slapping action. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the directions say chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Cool. Now let's skip 7. Okay, that one we did. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and double crochet in the 8th. Double crochet. Well, that was a stretch. But let's double count, double check, double count, whatever. Let's, measure twice, quit once. No, you know what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we double crocheted in the 8th, and we need 20 more. 22. 22 more for a total of 23. Let's go ahead and do a total of 23 double crochets. This one plus 22, I'm going to count as 1 because that's just the way I roll, because I know the stitch by heart by now. I'll meet you on the 23rd. 23, 22, 23. Okay. There are 23 double crochets. 23. So I am going to chain 7 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Let me choke that. 6 and 7. Boom. 7. There we go. All right, let's skip some. 1. That's a 1. Not this one because we worked on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Double crochet in the 8th. I still haven't put lotion on. Good gracious. 8. Oh, let me double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did this. We're going to do this all over one more time. Remember, 3 butterflies on the bottom. This is our second. And let's go ahead and double crochet for a total of 23. I'll meet you on the 23rd. 1, 2. Got some to go. I have recounted. Whew, 23. All right, let's chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The camera loves to try to focus, and I love that it tries to focus. Okay. Skip 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Going to the 8th. I think that was the 8th, right? Oh, let's do a count. I don't think that was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Ouch. Okay. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, right here. Did I do it right this time? Please, please, please. Always count. Please, please, please. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did it. So, including this one, we should have 9. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did it. I did it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this was my 9th with the stitch marker, 9. There we go. Chain 1 and turn. Let's read the directions. Actually, this one is pretty simple because, yeah, it is. Let me, you can show it to you. Repeat row 3. Repeat row 3. And I'm going to show you how to repeat row 3. You think, oh, I can do that. It's simple. I know. But let's talk about it anyway. Bear with me. So, that first stitch, we're going to double crochet, and we're going to do that 9 times. 1 and 2. You don't have to do what I'm getting ready to do, but I am going to move my stitch marker up. Move, move, move. Put, put, put. There we go. I just feel comfortable, and I've been crocheting for 30 dang years. Probably way more, because I'm 53 now. 1, 2. I'm not going to count. You can definitely count, because I know what I'm going to be reaching. And I want to show you what I'm going to be reaching. Because if you're like me, you're like, well, if I'm going to repeat, what's the point in counting? Because every double crochet is a double crochet, and every skipped stitch is a skipped stitch. Doesn't matter. Now, when I first started crocheting, and even quite a few years afterwards, I would frequently miss this stitch. Frequently. So I want to show it to you. This double crochet right before the chain 7 has a stitch, and it's right there. Can you see that teeny tiny itty bitty little hole? You can see right there. I'm telling you, I'm like, is that a stitch? Is that not a stitch? Is that a stitch? Is that... It is. It definitely is. Please, please, please get into that. This is going to be your 9th, so get in there. See? 9. Oh, you're there. You're there. You did it. Oh my gosh. So happy. Let's chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That was a stretch for my little fingers, but then you reach all the way over. This one stitch is so much easier to see. It's right there. Double crochet into that. Move, 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 move. Okay. Double crochet into that. And boom! We are there. Look. Doesn't that look so parties? Looks so gorgeous, gorgeous. Anyhow, I am going to let you work this row, not forgetting this, chaining your 7 over this, and doing your little double crochet over there. I'll meet you at the end. Forget that stitch. Don't forget it. It's right there. Right here. Can you see that? Right there. Let's get it. Don't forget. Please, please, please. Chain your beautiful 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we'll go in here. Oh my. Tricky, tricky. It's so funny that I say that, because the next one, the next round, the next row, I mean, is just so much fun. It's got some very interesting stitches. We should have 9 of these double crochets to finish out. We started with 9, we end with 9. It's very, I'm not going to say symmetrical, because I have said that word I've said it a lot of times. There's no reason for you to hear that word again. But if it starts with a certain number of stitches, it's going to end with a certain number of stitches. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm almost there. Let me get the stitch marker going. Chain 1 and turn, and then we got to read directions again, and they are so much fun. They are like loads and loads of fun. Let's do this. Number 5. Number 5 is DC in first 8 stitches. So we're going to double crochet in the first 8 stitches, 2 DC in the next stitch. That means 2 in the same stitch. Then we're going to chain 2. Then we're going to treble crochet in the 4th skip stitch of the 3rd row by wrapping around those chain 7 stitches. Then we're going to chain 2 again. We're going to do 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 21 stitches. So I'm going to show you exactly, and we're going to do that repeat, and it's going to be so much fun. But if you need to take a snapshot, you go, girl, boy, whoever you are. All right, so this is what that means, and we'll just go through the first one, and then we'll let you finish the row. We're going to double crochet in the first 8 stitches. As you know, we have 9 of them, but we're going to double in the first 8. And you know what? I forgot to move my stitch marker up. 1, 2, and 3, because I did 3 of them. All right, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We are going to boom. Hopefully it doesn't have to, I don't know, continuing to try and focus. We're going to do 2 double crochets in this stitch. So my paperwork says 2 DC in the next, so we're going to 2 DC. We're going to go 1, and we're going to go 2. There. Instead of having 9, we now have 10. So we 8, 9, and 10 in this last one. We're going to chain 2, 1, and 2. And a treble crochet is wrap 1, wrap 2. Wrap it around twice. Let's count. 1, 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th one right here. Do you see it? So we double wrapped. We're going to go in front. We're going to go pick up the loop. Oh, back. Go through. And then we're going to go through 2. And then we're going to go through 2. And then we're going to go through 2 again. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? That was something special, right? That was something special. Then we're going to chain 2. 1 and 2. Boom. And then this is the next stitch. So we're going to skip all of this stuff, but this is the next stitch, and we're going to 2 DC in this stitch. 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Okay? Awesome sauce. So we did that. And then we're going to double crochet in the next 21 stitches. Remember I usually say 22? 21, because after 21, it'll be this stitch, and then we're going to have to do a double. So everything before and everything after has to have 2 double crochets in those stitches. Because we skipped 7. This counts as that 3rd. So instead of, because I didn't want to chain 3, I wanted to chain 2 because I wanted it a little tighter. See how it's kind of bending in to make the bottom of the butterfly? That's how you do that. That's how you get away with making shapes kind of bend towards the way you want them. Is got to have a stitch, don't want to miss any, so instead of chaining 3, I chain 2 and put that missed stitch right here and right there. Okay? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and double crochet 21 more stitches, and I'll meet you there. Okay. So I've done that 21, and I'm going to do this last one right here. 22 and 23 are going to be right there. So 2 DC before this little butterfly. 1 and 2. That would be in the same stitch. Let's go ahead and chain 2. 1, 2. Alright. Wrap it once. Wrap it twice. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. I'm going to put my stitch in there. Wrap everything. Go pull a loop. Whew, got it. We're going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over, go through 2. Was that fast? It was fast for me. Chain 2. And because it's right after, we're going to do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. 1. Ooh. Ooh, maybe not. 1. Did you even see that? 1. And 2. I was fighting it a little bit. Did you see me fighting it a little bit? Isn't that a gorgeous color? That is just a beautiful cream. It may look white, but it's so creamy and beautiful and squishy, and I just love it to bits and pieces. Okay, so we've got to go get to that space, so I'll meet you after I double crochet all the way there. Where to go? It goes super fast. I think it took me not even 3 hours to do one skein when I was doing this pattern. Once you get to know it, you get to know it. So let's do 2 DC in this one. This is the only one that you have to, this row. This row is tricky, kind of, maybe a little. It's interesting. It is interesting. 2DC before the butterfly. We're going to chain 2. Whoops, there's 1. There's 2. And let's do that treble. So we're going to yarn over twice. Wrap it. And then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, because we've got to put it in that 4th stitch. That's the 4th stitch right there. I'm going to do that. Go all the way, and then I'm going to grab it from behind, pull it through. I never really had a problem with my tension. It might look tight. It will work itself out in the end, I promise. It will. The stitch after, the double crochet after, we're going to do 2. We're going to do 2 in there. And then the next round is going to be fun. Actually, the next 3 rounds. Kind of boring, but you might need a little boring after the butterfly round. So let's go ahead and double crochet all the way to the end. So after you did this little 2 right here, you should have 8 left. You should have 8 left. And we are going to get all the way to the end. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn, and then we're going to read some directions, okay? And then I'm going to show you. Chain 1, we're going to turn. Okay, here we go. Turn the page. All right. This is a double crochet row. Every stitch will have a double crochet in it, including the chain 2. So double crochet in each stitch. You're going to 2 double crochet in each chain 2 spaces, and you're going to 1 double crochet in each treble crochet. You should have 85 double crochets when you're done. Super easy, but I will show you. Always chain 1 and turn when you are finished. Okay, so this is how that works. Did I go too fast? Did I go too fast? So we'll go 1, right? So we're going to double crochet in each stitch across. All right? Now you know me. I've got to move it up because that's the way I roll. And that is how that, okay. So that's 3. Oh, we should have 10 before we get there because we did that double in that 1 stitch. Double crochet double twice? I don't know. You know what I mean, right? Right. How's it looking? Did I skip anything? Oh, are you just too close? I apologize. I do beg your pardon. All right, let's get all the way to the end. Double crochet in each stitch. This is a stitch. Uh-oh. Well, uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, no. I didn't do chain 2 right there. Okay. I don't mind ripping stuff out. I'm going to redo that. And I'll meet you back. All right. I think it's fixed. Oh, my gosh. Cannot believe it. Yeah, there's a chain 2. There's a chain 2. For the love, y'all. For the love. Can you actually see that? Oh, that's some serious shadow right there, y'all. That is some serious shadow going on. We don't like shadow. We don't like it. Alright. Yeah, it's a little darker, but I think that you'll be able to see a little bit better. Okay? So let's do this. This is a double crochet round. We're going to double crochet in every stitch and 2 double crochet in the chains 2 spaces and double crochet in the treble. Remember what I talked about? This is a stitch, you guys. Don't miss this one. Don't miss it. It's always that's a stitch, y'all. Get in there. All right. Whew. Don't miss it. It looks like you're going to miss it. Please don't miss it. All right, let's double crochet twice in the chain 2 space. And then I'm going to do something that you absolutely do not ever have to do. It says double crochet in all trebles too, and I'm going to. I like a straight double crochet in that. So you'll see that these are not on top of each other. They're kind of up and over a little bit. But for my butterfly, I really want it to be straight up and down. How do you do that? So you got your 2, you go through your 2, which you could do, right? You go through your 2, go through your 2. But do you see that just hanging out, that little 3rd one? Do you see that? So there's your 2 right there. There's your 3rd. Can you see that 3rd? So normally you would go through the 2, which is fine. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go through the 3rd one. You absolutely do not have to do that. So I gotta find it, push through. Come on, there you go. Can you see the third? Do you see how I've got that? And then go and do my double. And then the chain 2 double crochets. So let's do that real quick, and then let me just do a couple. Even here you can see it, but we're not gonna do that. There are some projects when I do double crochets, if I'm doing a sweater, I probably usually go into the third. Once you get used to it, you can definitely do it. Okay. Here's my beautiful butterfly, and you can see how beautiful, beautiful that is. Look how beautifully straight. It's like right on top of it. Let me move all those other. Right on top. Right, I mean, just look how beautiful that is. These are not right on top of each other. They're a little bit to the side. Just a little teeny tiny bit to the side. But that little honey bunny, right on top. Right on top. And that's the way I like to do it. They'll all stretch out and it'll be all beautiful. No, don't go too close. You didn't need to go too close, right? Oh, it's so parties. Now, you do work the butterflies upside down. So this is what it actually is going to look like. That's what it's going to look like. So let's work across. I'll meet you towards the end so we can do this one more time. All right. All right, I'm almost at the end of this row. Look how pretty that is. Oh my good gracious. Super gorge. So let's go in here. Let me bring you in just a titch closer. I'm going to be bam right in your face, okay? Now it looks like you're done. You're not. You're not. Do not put 2 in there yet. This is a stitch. You see that right up and down? That's a stitch. You can see because we're always on a little bit of the left side of the stitch. Just a teeny bit left of that stitch. This stitch, we're a little bit left on that stitch. This, we're not left because we haven't done it yet. So let's do it. Right there. Right there. There you go. There you go. Remember 2 in the chain 2 spaces. Let's do those 2. And then 1 in the treble. Now remember, this is the 2 that we normally put it in. But I want it straight up and down, so I'm going to put it in that third. I'm going to just move it out of the way. There we go. Right there. And then, so it's going to be 3 instead of 2 loops. There we go. Look how that turned out. Gorgeous. 2 in the chain 2 spaces. Now I have started a website which I am going to work on today, and I will type this pattern out. It's not going to be perfect. Please, please, please follow the tutorial, and if I did make a mistake, you can definitely email me and let me know the mistake that I made and need to correct. It will be free. It will be free on the website. I'm working on it. It's my little test pattern. I will have like something in there if you would like to give me a little tip. Great. That would be fantastic. Anything you can do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, but never mandatory. I think I do have some mystery boxes up there though. Not all the time. Some of the time, you know, every once in a while you gotta do a little de-stash, and oh my gosh, do I have gorgeous yarn that I have a project for. But I just don't have, you know, I have to sleep. Look at that. Did you see what I did? And this, I hope. The door jamb. It was a door jamb. It got in my way. The door jamb got in my way. Jumped right out at me. I'm just telling you, it did. Just jumped right out at me, that door jamb. Took off my skin. Look how dry my hands are. I keep threatening to put lotion on, but I have yet to do it. This row, it's a beautiful, beautiful double crochet row. Okay, we're going to do that again. Double crochet row. It's going to be super easy because we don't have to worry about chain spaces. We don't have to worry about the treble anymore. We're just going to double crochet exactly how we would normally double crochet. So we're going to chain 1 at every end of the row, and we're going to double crochet in each chain across, and we're going to do that for this row, and we're going to do it for the next row. So that would actually be, so we finished this one, Whoops, you can't see it. I apologize. So we finished number 6, which we did the 2 DC in each chain 2 space, 1 DC in each treble. We should have 85 total double crochet stitches across. We're going to chain 1, we're going to turn. We're working on 7 right now. We're going to chain everyone across. We're going to repeat that 7 again. And then number 9. Number 9, as you can tell, I did this in 2 parts. We're going to do the offset butterfly. So go ahead and do those rows for me, and I'll meet you back for number 9. If you're here from Fostering Crochet, welcome to part 2. I do apologize for the length that it took to get you this part 2. If you're here on my crochet experience, welcome back. It took about a second for you. So I did do several rows. This, of course, we're working upside down. So your first row, just a quick recap, is we do not work in the foundation. We chained 86. We single crocheted in the second chain from hook all the way across. Then we chained 1, turned our work, and in that very first stitch we did a double crochet all the way across, and then we worked on these particular butterflies. We did 9 crochet here, doubles, and then we chained 7, skipping 7, and then we do 23 across. So each butterfly has 23 crochets, double crochets, and then we start another butterfly. So this row had 3 butterflies. The next row will have just the 2. They'll be offset like a checkered board, and although everything remains in between the same, the 23 double crochets, we actually, to offset it like this, we need 24. Yeah, we count a lot. We count a lot with this pattern, but oh my gosh, it's so much fun and it's so gorgeous. So we're going to go back up to where I left off. If you are finished with your 2 double crochet rounds, and let's go back and show you what we did. All right, we did this double crochet round where we had to chain, we had to double crochet in the chain 2 space, 2 double crochets, and then we chained on top of that treble. Remember, I did that 3rd loop thing, and then double crocheted twice inside that chain 2 space, and then all the way across. We did that. 2 DC in the chain 2, 1 on the treble, 2 DC in the chain 2, all the way across. Wasn't that fun? And then we chained 1, turned, did this one right here, did this one right here. So we did those 2 rows, and now we should be on row number 9. So welcome back for part 2, number 9. Let's do this. What I want to say about doing the part 2 is my finger, see that? Got a little, oh, maybe you can't see it, but it was wrapped around because that's how I hold it, and it was hurting. So I made a little finger bonnet, and we can talk about finger bonnets at another time, and it's super simple, and I just made it quickly. And let me go ahead and cut right there. A lot of people use this as a tension, I don't know, you can control your tension also with this. I use it so it doesn't touch my skin at all. I do have those things that fit on top, and the rings, they do not work for me. They definitely do not work for me, so I don't use them. But because we're doing a tutorial, I'm going to move this significantly out of your way so you don't have to see my little finger bonnet, because I use a finger bonnet all the time. All right. Are you ready? I'm ready. And I don't think I even chained 1 and turned. I didn't. So let's go ahead and there we go. I am going to chain 1. I'm going to turn. And then we are going to start with number 9. Number 9 says, forgive this is actually 24. So double crochet in the first 24 stitches. We're going to do the same thing with the butterflies. We're going to chain 7, skip 7, double crochet in the 8th, and do 22 more double crochets for a total of 23 in between the butterflies. We're only going to have 1 in between from the butterflies on this one because there's only 2, and then that 1 in between right there. So let's go ahead and do 24, and I'll meet you there again. counted 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Does that say 25? Oh, hold on. I counted too fast. It was 24. For the love. For the love. All right, let's see if this does not get in your way too terribly bad. If you were just with us, you know that we need to chain 7 right this second. Let me go ahead and just boop, boop. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Don't you just love? I mean, it's out of focus for a few minutes and then it tries to focus. I love my camera. It's just me. It's me. I'm the one who's moving all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to crochet in the 8th. Double crochet is what I meant to say. There we go. And like always, let's double count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yes, yes, yes. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. So we are going to double crochet in the next 22 stitches because that's what my pattern tells me to do. So this is 1 for 23 or start with 1 for 22. The pattern says 22. So we're going to count this as 1. And then I'll meet you back when it's time to do another butterfly. Well, the wings anyway. I widened the camera out just a little bit because we're getting ready to do those. I counted. There are definitely 23 all together between these stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, hey now. Don't be losing my number, lucky 7. What the heck? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 8th one right here, we're going to do a double crochet. And of course, we're going to recount because it would not be fun if you missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this row, the very first row is really the only one that you have to count. If you don't skip or miss any stitches, this is the only one that you have to count. These first butterflies are really the only ones that you have to count. I wrote it so you gotta do it. And then we have, so this, we did it, right? We did it. Yay, we did it. So this, we got 24 left to go. So this is 1, and then we got 24 to the end because we started with 24 double crochets. We're ending with 24 double crochets. So when you go ahead and go to the end, chain 1 and turn. Only if you have 24, because if you don't, we got to figure that out. I'm happy when I can count, and it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be. So from here all the way to the end, I have 24. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to repeat that row. So let me move my whole thing over. I feel like I'm sewing. And you're the machine. No, I'm sorry. Did that right? All right. Because you know when you have to flip big yards of, anyway. Okay. Not that I would know personally because I don't know how to sew well at all, and I actually don't own a sewing machine, but I have played one on TV. No, I'm kidding. Isn't that funny? All right. Repeat. That's number 10. Repeat. Row 9, which was that double chain for 24 stitches. Do the chain 7. We're going to do that. I am going to do that now, and I'm going to meet you right before the chain 7 again, okay? Speak again. Let us speak again about this one beautiful stitch. You probably have it already. So we're going to go into this, right? Remember this, we've got to do that right there. Don't forget. Right there. Don't forget. I know. Well, I guess I'm reiterating it because I used to always forget, and I'm not trying to place all of that on you. Because I had forgotten, I just was like, well, perhaps other people had forgotten as well that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let me finish that thought. Perhaps maybe you had, some troubles with that darn stitch too. So let's do this all over again. There we go. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do this. Now, remember, this is upside down because that's how we do them, so we can smoosh these together and have the little, oh, they're just so birdies. They're just so birdies. But once we get done with this row, I'll flip it over and show you kind of what's going on here. But go ahead and finish all the way to the end until we get to the next row. All right? So I just did my second butterfly. Remember, there's only going to be 2, but depending on your count, mine is only going to be 2 because it's going to be in between these 2 right here. So I just did that. I did not forget this little honey bunny stitch. Did not forget it. It's perfect, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and finish. You should have 24 double crochets, 1, 2, and then all the way to the end, 24. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to go ahead and chain double crochet all the way. Did I say chain? Please forgive me. It is all double crochets. And then just meet me. Chain 1. Do your double crochets all the way till you get back over here. I will see you then. Okay. So, I have started on this interesting row. You know the row. You know it. So I finished it, turned it, chained 1, double crocheted in every stitch until I'm going to get to the butterfly, and we'll do this together. This is the row where there is 2 double crochets in the same stitch before the butterfly and after the butterfly. Okay? So let's go ahead and double crochet in here. Oh, there's our last one before this chain space. So we're going to do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, there we go. 2 double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2. And then let's do our honey bunny treble. 1 and 2. Got it wrapped a couple of times. Twice, actually. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to wrap it in there. Pull it out. Chain through 2, chain through 2, chain through 2. And what I mean is pull through. You don't need to chain 2. Because I'm doing this, I always chain 2. Just pull it through. My gosh. Yarn over, pull it through. Don't do what I just did. Alright, let's chain 2. Oh, get in there. Chain 2. There we go. And then, because it's right after this double crochet, we have to do 2 double crochets in that same stitch. That's how our butterflies work, right? That is how our butterflies work. We do, I feel like I'm grabbing it so tight. Trying not to let it fall or slip because the blanket's getting a little heavy. The blanket's getting a little heavy. There she be. Look at that little honey bunny. Isn't he so pretty? Let me do this. There we go. Isn't he pretty? Look at him. He's just so pretty. Can you see him? Yeah. He's going to look better after this next row. Alright. So go ahead and do the next. I'm going to go do, double, 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 double until I get to this one right here. Then I'm going to put 2 double crochets there. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to treble in the 1, 2, 3, 4th. I'm going to wrap all of this together, pinch it, and that'll be a treble. And then I will chain 2. And then I will do 2 double crochets here, and then a double crochet all the way to the end, and I will meet you back there. Alright, so we did that, what was it? Yeah, chain 2, blah, 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 okay. We just did this one, 2 double crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet. Okay, we just did that one, so let's turn. Okay, then we're all done. Alright, so this row that we're going to work on next is the double crochet row. So double crochet in each stitch. 2 double crochet in chain 2 spaces, 1 double crochet in each treble, chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to have 2 more double crochet rows. So number 13 and 14, all double crochet rows, and then we're going to repeat 3 to 13. That is 11 row repeat. I promise, it seems like, oh my gosh, 11 rows. Once you get the first couple, you'll be like, psh, whatever, I'm good, I'm golden. I am going to work this one here, and then you are on your own, because then you'll go back to number 3. So let's work this number 12 and see what's going on. Now, I did chain 1, I did turn, and because it's a double crochet row, I'm double crocheting all the way across. I'm going to get right here, right there, and I am going to double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Remember, that is a stitch right there, right there. Don't forget that one right there. Double crochet in the next stitch. Now you're going to see, if you look below, there's the 2 right there. All right, let's go ahead and do the 2 double crochet in every chain 2 space. This is a chain 2 space, so we're going to double crochet 1 time and double crochet 2 times. There we go. 2 double crochet in each chain 2 space. Then we're going to work this treble. You can obviously go in those 2. I like a straight up and down, but you can do what you will. Whatever's easiest for you. I'm going to find that third. Can you see that third loop right there? There we go. It wasn't that difficult. I was just being dramatic. I was just being dramatic. See, if you can see, this is where we normally go in right here. We normally go in right there, but I went and grabbed that extra loop. And you can see the loops. Let me go ahead and double crochet in here twice. 1 and 2. Now, of course, we're going to double crochet all the way across, but this, it would be the 2 that I normally would go in, and this is that third loop you can go in. So you can carry 3 loops with you. I just do it for this treble because I really want my butterflies to be straight up and down. So you have the tools to go ahead and finish this blanket. So we have this double crochet row right here, and then we're going to have 2 more. So on this one, you can see this is the double crochet, then we have 2 more, and then we started this next butterfly, and we did those for a couple rows, and then we did a double crochet row, and then we did 2 more double crochet rows, and then we started that butterfly right there. Now let me do a couple more right here, couple more. Let's do 1 and 2, and let me do a little flipperoonie so you can see what we got going on here. Oh, let me see if I can do this real quick. It won't let me. Give me a sec. More, you can see more of my work studio. I have the wide angle lens thingy majobber. This is where we're working is upside down. So we're working this way and then going up. Look at that. This is where I started in that foundation row with the single crochets, but I did the back bump, so that's what it looks like that. It's so amazing. So both sides are going to look like the V stitches there. You can put a border on here. You don't need to. It looks perfectly, I mean, look how straight that looks. You can. And I may do that, so you're going to have to wait a couple seconds to see. I'll finish this before I post it. Oh, but look at that. Keep going. Look how that offset keeps going. And you keep going, and you keep going. Now this may seem like, oh my god, how much yarn did she use? I'm on my second ball of Premier. Now I'm almost done with my second ball of Premier. Yeah, I know, I have a whole mess here. This is how much I have left for the second Premier. It is almost completely gone. But I have 6 balls all together. I want to use only 3 because I want to make this blanket completely economical. And this blanket is actually going to be for rows and for wings. So when I am able to do baby blankets for Rose Likes Crochet for the wings project, I will save it until that month that she's requested it, and it will go to Rose Likes Crochet. I think it's a beautiful, fast, quick blanket. Premier yarn doesn't cost that much money. You can even do it in Savor or Baby, or what is that? Simply Soft. And it's not that expensive, and you can get probably 4 balls of that, and you can get a beautiful blanket. If that's something you would like to do, I am not encouraging you to do it. I'm just telling you that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I want to thank you very much. Wait a few seconds so you can see the end result of this beautiful blanket. Thank you so much for watching. So you've made it to this part of the video? Congratulations, you did it! You now know how to make the butterfly blanket, and you've been here for about an hour, so kudos to you. How did you do it? How did you last a whole hour? I'm very happy that you did. I hope you have the tools, and I hope I was able to explain everything that you needed to finish this butterfly blanket all on your own. And thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys have a really great rest of your day or night, whatever the case may be. And remember to smile big and often, because you'll make somebody's day. You definitely made mine. Bye, guys.